Sactown Sports 49ers insider, Emil Fragoso.
Nate, there's that whistly tune again. Good morning, everybody. It's Emran Pilati coming to you live from the Sactown Sports 1140 studios. I'm here with my co-host, Emil Fragoso.
Hi, guys.
Good morning.
Morning.
Nate behind the window. Listen to that flute play.
It's a great flute.
Call Scott Marsh.
Scott, what's up with this flute? Oh my goodness! 2 weeks in a row. If I have it one more week, I'm gonna bash my flute.
What?
I'm gonna bash my flute.
Pause?
Yeah, we're already starting out with cancel culture. Good morning, everybody. It's Saturday morning, the 16th. An eventful week in football, an eventful week for True Sports Cards, an eventful week for all of us. Although I started today and I said, "Hey, Mill, what's new this week?" And he said, "You said what?"
Literally nothing.
Literally nothing is new.
That's the same thing. Same week. I mean, free agency was this week, so it was busy.
Yeah, no kidding. We've got some player movement that we'll talk about in a second.
Yeah.
For those of you that want to chime in, feel free to hit us up on the phone lines at 916-339-1140. You can also text 916-339-1140. It'd be good to hear from all of you. You can also jump on the YouTube, and check us out at Sactown Sports and check out the True Sports Card Show. Okay, so before we get started with some of the happenings around the world of sports cards and memorabilia, let's give you an update with what's happening. You may have heard that I was on the Carmichael Dave Show on Tuesday of this past week.
Were you?
And we announced Kevin Herter, Kings guard, will be signing autographs at the True Sports Card location in the Roseville Galleria. Kevin will be signing autographs March 30th, which is 2 Saturdays from today. Okay. And that will be at 3 p.m. You can go to truesportscards.com, look up the word Kevin Herter, that's spelled Huerter, and then you'll see your tickets that you can pick up there. Really inexpensive to meet and greet and get your item signed by Kevin Herter. That is, again, I think we have about less than 100 tickets left.
Wow.
So we've sold over 100 already so far.
They're going fast.
Hey.
If
you want a deal, you got to get on it
now.
That's my radio voice. Fleer. Last week we had Ryan from Sports Card Radio on last week. We were talking about the Wemby 1-of-1 being pulled. Kurt's Card Care Juice has come up multiple times this week in conversation.
Juice.
Is it to wax or not to wax? That is the question.
Wax on, wax off.
Yes. So we've got a lot of different things to discuss. But again, as always, our team is out in the field right now. There's the San Francisco Card Show. Pete and Ethan are out there. We've got multiple people holding down my shops. We've got Dave at our regular location at 6661 Stanford Branch Road, there from 10 to 6 today. Our mall locations run today by our manager, AJ. He is there. You can visit the mall right now, both locations. Here's the one thing, Emil, I wanted to make sure that people knew. Mm-hmm. When it comes to wax, the price between the Roseville Galleria and our card shop is exactly the same. So no matter where you go, you're going to get that great price.
As it should.
And we have memorabilia at the mall, tons of it. We have a lot more wax and singles at the card shop. So come visit us. You can call the card shop at 916-259-1993 if you have any questions. Otherwise, we're just ready to serve you, and we need cards. I know I yell that every week, but in order to satisfy the demand, we need cards. So if you've thought about selling cards, now's the time to bring in your cards and sell them to us.
Demand is way up. Supply, need more.
Yeah, we're down.
Down.
I feel like I'm giving the State of the Union address. Come on, guys. I mean, look. We need cards, guys.
This tone, I'm really...
This is not bad?
Little ASMR.
That's my Biden. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's talk about this week. The Kings.
Yeah.
The Kings have played awesome.
I'm surprised.
What are you surprised about?
What do you mean, what am I surprised about?
Well, they kicked the Bucks' butt.
Yes.
Then they beat the Lakers, which is always fun.
They spanked the Lakers.
They only won by 10 on the final score, but...
they
spanked them. You don't even want to know what made that noise with Emil. Dude, we're getting canceled in 5 minutes into the show.
We are.
So the Kings, De'Aaron, DeMontis, it looks dumber and dumber by the day that Sabonis was not an all-star. I mean, he is playing incredible.
I have to address something about this because
here we go.
As me and you both are fans of the Ringer, we've talked about this privately on and off air. They had their worst contracts draft this week, and Domas came up at the whole thing. I only heard the clip. I got to just right before it, and then I heard the clip on air. What? How is he a worse contract? How is this even a conversation?
So they were saying what you get for it. Number one on the worst contracts list was Ben Simmons.
Duh.
$40 million a year. Guys played 57 games in almost 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Second was Jordan Poole.
Yes.
Third was Zach LaVine.
Yes.
I'm going off the top of my head. If you're watching YouTube right now, you could see what genius I hold in this big brain of mine.
You really listened, I can tell.
I did listen. And Sabonis did come up, but they were saying that for what he's getting paid, which is $30+ million a year, they're not getting the all-star shine of it. And it's got a long contract. He did take a haircut. He's got a little bit of a less than a max.
Yep.
And you know what's great? It doesn't really matter what people like that talk about.
It doesn't.
Who cares? Sabonis is awesome. We see him every game. This guy's unbelievable. He takes shots to the face with elbows and hands and punches, and he's always like grimacing and rubbing his forehead and getting that knot out of his head, and he just goes right back in the game. The guy's playing 33 minutes a game.
Tank.
I mean, he's just incredible.
Double king, triple king, all of them.
I'm about to say something blasphemous.
Oh.
I think he's better than De'Aaron right now.
Wow.
Nate's gonna grab the microphone. He's jumping on.
No, you said right now. I think that's fine.
I mean, he's playing incredible.
I don't blame you.
I mean, the double double-streak is now at 48, longest in Kings history.
Yeah, a lot of people, I know Jason here, a couple guys here, Jason Ross, aren't super thrilled about that because in that Nuggets game, that blowout loss, they threw him in the last couple minutes for seemingly
to get the double-double.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, not to invade on your point there.
I don't care that they threw him in there.
I don't either.
You know what I mean? The guy doesn't even, I mean, let's look at it this way. He's good for at least 7 assists a game, right?
Yeah.
He whenever he misses a triple-double, which he's had 23 this year, it's by like 2 assists. He's very rarely under 5 in any category.
Can you guess his averages this year?
Without looking,
Ooh.
I'm going to go with.
I'm going to say 19 and a half.
Okay, I'm with Nate on that.
Okay. Rebounds.
14.
Oh, a game. Oh man,
he's the leading rebounder in the league.
He is.
So I'm going to say 14.
Dang.
You think it's less?
I'll say 13. I don't know. I'll say 13.
Okay,
and then assists.
I think he's around 7.5.
I'm going to say 6.5.
Okay. What's our stats?
You guys are split pretty much. 20.1 points per game.
Oh, he did break 20.
13.6 rebounds, 8.4 assists.
Wow, 8.4.
So again, like you talked about the assists, he's right there every single
always
time.
right there. It's the only thing that stops him.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Right now, he's playing better than De'Aaron. Despite what Draymond Green says, I don't know if you heard, the whole team runs through Sabonis.
Absolutely.
It does.
It's not going to work without him.
And even though we have Herter as our guy signing autographs, he had a really great game against the Bucks in the first half. Then he struggled in the second half. I don't know if you saw the replays. That was a really interesting dunk that happened at the end of the game.
Oh.
It was Andre Jackson, I believe it was, for the Bucks.
Yeah.
The guy skied huge. I think his chin was over the rim. It was insane.
It was.
Yeah.
And Herter was in the background and he jumps up like, oh, wait, that's not my team.
Yeah.
I'm going to go sit back down now. And De'Aaron like grabs him like, sit your butt down here, you fool. But I'm excited too. One of my guys in my side note, let's talk about this for a second.
Oh, no.
We went to the Pelicans versus Kings game.
Yeah, you guys were in our booth.
In season. No, it wasn't on the booth. I was on the floor.
That's
We were
right.
it was underneath the basket. We sat 4 of us underneath the basket. TNT national game. And Pelicans, as usual, they swept us this year. They beat us.
Yeah.
Herb Jones comes down the lane and dunks. Huge dunk. Dave is my guy. I'm a Kings guy. We are there to support the Kings. We're underneath the basket. Dave jumps up and yells, "Ah!" when Herbert Jones dunks. And I'm like, look at him like, sit down, fool. We're we're Kings fans, and you're screaming that the Pelicans guy dunked, and then they replayed it slow motion going to the commercial, and it shows Dave standing up and doing the Brock Purdy yell.
Dave's a hooper.
What's he wearing? Was he wearing a Kings jersey?
No. So he looked like a Pelicans fan.
Oh man!
I go, man, you are sitting in nosebleeds 208 from now on.
I don't approve of that at all.
Yes.
No, I don't.
I hate when
cancel culture, Dave.
Yes, yeah. Get him fired.
Get him out of here. What hours do I got this week? 3 of them.
Yeah,
all half-hour shifts.
All watching Kings games. That's what you're gonna do, and you're gonna be quiet.
I'm reading right now in the chat. Boss Man Sports Cards, thanks for coming in. He says, "Happy Saturday from the Arizona State Card Show from Phoenix."
Oh, nice.
And spring training. We got people in Phoenix, Arizona listening to
the Arizona
us.
State Card Show. Awesome card show. Love that card show.
Interesting question from Mary Barker. She says, is there still a market for WNBA cards in Sactown? Well, we have them on our shelf. Sometimes they sell. Sabrina's who everybody really wants still.
Caitlin.
And Caitlin's going to be insane, but she's not in the WNBA. She's obviously in the Bowman Chrome stuff. But over the last couple of weeks that we haven't talked about, San Francisco, the Warriors, they are having a WNBA team join them, I believe, starting next year or the year after. So they're expanding.
Yeah.
Man, I would love to go see the Monarchs again.
Bring the Monarchs back.
I was there at the game when they won the championship in 2006, I believe.
You were?
I was physically at the game. The streamers were coming down from the ceiling at Arco. I started getting a tear in my eye. I was like, this is amazing. Now, if we could just get the men's team to do the same thing, this would be incredible as well.
Yeah. Bring the Monarchs back.
Oh, I loved them.
Was that 06?
06, I believe it was.
Yeah.
06. I was a kid.
Maybe it was 05.
Yeah, you were a kid.
I don't know.
How old were you?
I was
negative. 5. Oh,
I was 5.
You were born in 2001?
I was born in 2000.
2000.
So it was either 05 or 06. I was either 5 or 6. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Emil was like, up.
Up, please.
I was in kindergarten, everyone. Yes.
Uppies.
I'm a child.
Dang, I'm so much older than you, Emil.
You are.
Oh, it says, Mary says 2005 Monarchs.
Oh, okay.
So I was 5.
Up.
Depends on the month.
Like Beckett.
Yeah, up. All right, so
I saw Beckett stomping around your store on Instagram.
My little baby.
That kid is funny, dude.
Yeah, he's cute. He looks just like me. Really good looking, well spoken, and humble.
Well spoken.
Just like Daddy.
Humble, nice.
Okay, so
humble.
Let's talk about the player movement. I know that both of you, Emil has, with the two of you being the 49ers Return of the Empire hosts, you follow football really well. Good luck following it this week. Let's start with, because we're home to the Niners, let's talk about the Niners itself. Eric Armstead moving on. He, I don't know, do you seem sad? Do either of you guys?
I'm a little sad. Yeah.
He's a good person for sure.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
I mean, you can't deny he's a great is tough, but a very good player. He was so important to the Niners run defense and was so key on that D line, but I don't blame him for leaving. I don't blame either side. It happens. It's a business.
Yep.
Which is strange though, because Emil was going over some of the numbers, financials. He rejected a restructuring of a contract that equals pretty much what he's getting from Jacksonville, right?
Similar.
Is it Jacksonville?
It is Jacksonville. Yeah.
I think the guaranteed money is the issue there, right? That's the issue with every contract. That's why Lamar Jackson took so long. I know it's quarterback; it's a different story. But like you look at Baker Mayfield, $100 million deal, half of it's guaranteed. Kirk Cousins, I think, has like 60% guaranteed, 100 mil out of like 180 something.
Yeah.
But do you see who of all of them that over the last few years? Did you see who is 100% guaranteed? Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, and that's not going to happen again. For a while. That's not happening.
Desperate franchises make dumb moves. I'm just going to say that again.
That was an anomaly for sure.
So Armstead goes to the Jaguars. Any other 49ers? Darnold. Darnold went to the Vikings.
Yep. Ray McLeod is a Falcon.
And it appears that Darnold is going to be their starter.
Well,
which is crazy.
Well, so Chris Watkins here, our midday host, big Vikings fan. He is a conspiracy theorist about this. The Vikings are the only NFL team with 2 first-round picks. He's thinking they might be loading up for a trade to go up for like a guy like Drake May or something. He kind of thinks JJ McCarthy, but you don't need that 3rd-round pick. Or that 3rd pick, because I think Emil was telling me the Patriots are in talks to give up that third overall pick.
I've heard reports that they wanted to get a Kirk Cousins or a Baker Mayfield, a veteran guy in the market, and then draft wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've heard reports they want to potentially move on. It could all just be chatter. They want to move on to next season and just kind of work it out this year. If I'm the Patriots, I wouldn't do that. I'd take Drake May, but that leaves the Vikings a chance to go trade number 3 and take Drake May.
Look at this. So Sirianni goes to the Super Bowl a couple years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's already on the hot seat already.
Yes.
Okay. I don't think coaches / GMs want to play the long game anymore, and they have to work quickly or else they're going to get fired.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't think that those types of trades are on the table when guys like Jared Mayo, who is now their coach,
Gerard.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Gerard Mustard.
Imran Paladi
Mhm.
says, I apologize for the mispronunciation. I was putting the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllables.
Yes, yeah.
My brain just went for a loop right there. Anyway, continue.
So with Mayo being the new coach, and he's going to want to get off on the right foot and really start playing. And I think when you get a new quarterback, it buys you some time.
Let's be honest though, like this Mayo situation feels like Jim Tom Sula in San Francisco, Imran, doesn't it?
Tom Sula.
It's a holdover thing.
The line coach that ends up being the
yeah,
head
but
coach.
it's a guy you bring up and you reward in your organization. You give him that spot, and it's not a permanent move at all. It's just a move to make to have someone there and see where to go from here. You get Kraft, who's aging out. I mean, obviously Belichick's gone. They're stuck in limbo.
I would say that, but I think that, and Kraft's going to want to win a Super Bowl. The guy's 81 or something like
He's
that.
old.
The dude has 7. Or 6, excuse me.
Yeah, but you know what's more than 6? 7,
That's true.
8,
9,
9,
as LeBron would say. Not 1,
Yeah.
not 2.
Maybe you should stay away from those massage places. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, let's
Well,
skip
see,
over that one.
no,
Whatever,
we
bro.
don't need to skip it. I mean, it's true. He should get the
You
massage.
should.
Just massage the right.
Stop hanging out with
the
Meek
back.
Mill. Maybe sell some stuff. I don't know.
So we had a lot of player movement besides that. Who'd you mention? Ray left?
Ray left.
Wow.
Have you heard the rumors about Ayuk too? There were rumors about Debo getting traded.
Not Debo.
There were rumors, but the Falcons GM, what's his name again, Emil? Or not Falcons,
Ravens.
Ravens GM.
Eric DaCosta.
Yeah, came out and said that they were false. There were rumors Debo to Baltimore, and now there's rumors Ayuk to Jacksonville to join Eric Armstead.
Which I have heard from other reporters that this situation is going to get messy before it gets
Bye.
better. I'm not saying
Really?
I'm not saying bye. I'm saying reminiscent of Debo 2 years ago.
Why are you buy on Ayuk?
I like Ayuk. He's local. He's played really well. It's always the crew that messes things up. His brother won't shut up.
Yeah.
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 The family really. Ask Jackson Mahomes how. That guy.
Ask Patrick's whole family. His wife, his brother, his dad.
They're all annoying.
Yeah, it's insane.
A lot of
Ask
respect for
Marvin
him.
Bagley's daddy.
Oh, yeah. He pretty much ruined his. Yeah. And then you got the Ball brothers.
Just shut up.
Which, for respect to LeVar, he got out of the way after a while. At least he figured out.
It wasn't working. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just think that with Ayuk's brother chattering, oh, we're going to Vegas. Oh, we're going to do this. And like, you're going to do that? Like, just play out your contract and figure it out if that's what's going to happen. I think that it moves Debo over to, let's just say Ayuk gets traded. Debo moves into a regular position of a wide receiver. On the other side, did we keep
Juwan? Yes.
Juwan? We
Juwan
kept
is-
him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Juwan would be a great wide receiver too.
Nice, tall, big.
Still
big
got Ronnie
receiver.
Bell.
Yeah.
Ronnie
right.
Bell growing.
Chris Conley re-signed. Oh,
Chris,
yeah.
I don't see him
I'm
having.
I like Chris
I'm
Conley.
actually more struck that McLeod's gone.
Yeah, I know,
That's
right?
actually a big deal.
It is.
He was a great returner, put us in nice positive field position.
He was a great vertical threat for the Niners. Yeah.
I'm pushing for Hunter Renfro to be
He is.
picked up
Great.
by the Niners and be the punt returner.
Oh, really?
That's what he did that for the Raiders. Just possession, just keep the ball safe.
Mhm.
That's all I'm asking for. He could be a solid wide receiver, 3 or 4 too. Make a couple plays in the game that might turn the tide.
I'm all for it.
That's all. That's it.
So there's your Niners. Let's talk about the craziness that's happened and how it affects the card world.
Yes.
So the one that's been most affected has been the 22 draft. So if you are a card collector and have been buying 22 product, 2022, you've been chasing Purdy, obviously locally. Purdy drove every single product
Yes.
when it came to 2022.
Drove as in past tense or is driving?
It I don't know. Off season's a little off.
Fair.
A little off. The most recent thing that came out was 2023 Panini Illusions. Just came out this past week. We sold through an entire case of that, and that's on our wall at about $420 per box. It's got a lot of hits though.
Yeah, it does.
3 autographs, 2 mem in every box.
That's what I like about
Pretty
stuff
good.
like that as the hits.
Not bad. So let's talk about the 22 market and what's changed, and it's for the worse. And when I say for the worse, I mean really for the worse.
Yeah, it's bad.
Let's start with the people that were drafted or your chase cards. We know that Purdy was a chase after the fact because he was an afterthought.
They had to add him into products. Anyway.
22. First quarterback off the board was Kenny Pickett in the first round. Kenny Pickett is now the backup quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles.
His favorite team.
It's his favorite team. He's going to be able to wear that jersey and hold that clipboard.
Yep.
He is playing behind Jalen Hurts. And this is a sad state. A lot of people invested in Kenny Pickett. Hold on to your horses. Second off the board was actually I don't know who's second off the board. They're all kind of clustered near the back. Desmond Ridder.
Yes.
Desmond Ridder, last year's starter for the Atlanta Falcons, is now your backup quarterback for the Phoenix Cardinals, Arizona Cardinals.
They used to the Phoenix Cardinals. That was good.
He's backing up Kyler Murray, the shrimp. So the shrimp is only one. The shrimp is only one twisted ankle away from being
the shrimp
sitting and having Ridder. But Ridder is now
a
backup quarterback. Matt Corral. Matt Corral is a quarterback, just not for the NFL. He was drafted by the Carolina Panthers. Now plays for the UFL Birmingham Stallions. That's right. He plays in the XFL.
Shout out Birmingham.
Shout out Matt Corral. Congratulations. Sam Howell. Sam Howell, last year's starter for the Washington Commanders. No longer. He is now the backup quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks. He's going to hold the clipboard for Geno.
I mean, he might get a chance.
Okay.
Anyway.
And then we have Malik Willis. Malik Willis, who is drafted from the Liberty Liberty University.
Yeah.
Liberty University.
Yeah, there you go.
Drafted by the Titans. He is the backup quarterback for the Titans for Will Levis.
And Mason Rudolph, potentially.
And Bailey Zappi.
Ooh.
Wonderful Bailey Zappi. I think he's the only quarterback on the roster at the moment. Maybe there's somebody else.
They have Jacoby Brisket.
Oh, they got the brisket.
Yeah.
As he would say.
I call him Jacoby Brisket.
Well, you would say that they risked it for the brisket.
Yeah, anyway.
Zappi's on there. He's a backup now. He'll be even further down the backup as they draft somebody at number 3. And I think they will.
Yeah, there's other quarterbacks too, Skylar Thompson, Chris Oldacun, but they haven't really gotten too much start.
22 product sucks when it comes to quarterbacks. However, they still do have some good players in there. You've got players like Aiden Hutchinson, Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, Christian Watson, Breece Hall, George Pickens, Kenneth Walker, Drake London, Sauce Gardner. So there's still names there, but as we know, product is driven by quarterbacks.
Yes.
And that product, 22, has one, and that's Brock Purdy. And that's
holding it up like Spider-Man with the train, just holding it back. Just come on.
Spider-Man holds back a train?
It was like, isn't that the clip?
I have no clue.
There's a famous clip of Spider-Man holding back a train from like falling off at the bridge, I think.
What? I have no clue. I don't watch that stuff.
I think of The Incredibles.
Maybe it was Oppenheimer. Okay, so player movement 2021. There's a lot of people who invested in 21 for the insane quarterback class.
Oh, it's
Remember,
crazy.
It was awesome. Trevor Lawrence,
the future.
Zach Wilson, Trey Lance. Those were the first 3 off the board.
They were.
Then you had
Fields.
Yeah, Justin Fields at number 11. You had Mac Jones.
Lamar Jones.
I think it was a 14 or 16.
He was 15.
And then you had Davis Mills, who happened to be in there as well. Okay. That quarterback class sucks. Do you have a horn sound or like a sad Price is Right sound? Like the losing horn? I think I could get one. Here's what I know. I know that Mac Jones is now a Jacksonville Jaguar.
Also a hometown favorite. There you go. That's good.
Was
That was
It's a
good.
sad dog.
It's a whimpering dog. God,
That's
that
right.
dog-
Mac Jones going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Trey Lance, who happens to be a backup quarterback to Dak Prescott. Zach Wilson, who's going to be unemployed in about a week and a half.
Of all these weird dog noises.
Justin Fields, who Keenan Allen went to the Bears this week, right? Was it Keenan Allen?
This morning.
This
He had
morning.
an introductory press conference, mentioned everyone, including Caleb Williams, except Justin Fields.
So Justin Fields, you are going to be looking for a new place to work somewhere soon. Oh,
Oh my god.
hey, if you could give me a 1, 2, 3 Nick Rocks, that'd be great.
Okay.
Could you find that?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, but I can.
Oh my god. Are we home in the Kings?
Yes, we
Let's
are.
ju-
That's
I-
why
I'm-
we have Draymond
I'm-
Green yelling "Light the beam."
I'm not gonna badmouth the Kings because I love the Kings. As you know, I have a lower back tattoo of the Kings.
He does.
So let's just say that there was an owner for a team in Sacramento.
You can just say it.
I
So
think I-
Vivek,
you know what I'm talking about.
Vivek, when they were in the process of drafting Nick Stauskas, it's a very famous
Oh no.
Mhm.
clip. For those of you on YouTube, chime in and let us know that you've seen this. And it goes, he goes around the room and they're trying to determine. And at that time, Pete D'Alessandro was the GM at the time.
Traitor.
And so they were going around the room on who they were going to draft. It was Nick Stauskas or potentially Alfred Payton.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah, two winning players.
2 winners.
So what happens is, imagine your boss is in the room, Nate, and he's going like this. Hey, you want Nick Stauskas, right? Right? You want him, right?
Yeah.
Emil, you want Nick Stauskas, right? So he basically like did that to all of them.
Yeah.
And so they're like, yeah, Nick Stauskas sounds good to me, sir. Whatever you think, right?
Yeah.
So they draft Stauskas out of Michigan, like number 8 or something like that. The white boy
7, I
shooter. White boy
think.
shooter.
Yeah.
And so they get him on the phone, and it's him, Mullins in the room. I think D'Alessandro, they're all in the room,
Oh god.
in the war room. And they call Nick and they're like, hey, we're excited to have you. And we're looking forward to having you be part of Sacramento. And Nick's on the phone like, yeah, thanks. That's great. I'm excited. And then he goes, okay, guys, what we're going to do is I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. And we're all going to say Nick rocks.
Oh,
I'm not
man.
joking, dude.
I don't
Is
know
that
if
real?
I've heard that.
You've never seen it?
No, I never
Hold
heard
on.
this.
Oh, man.
Look this
It's
up.
on YouTube.
Oh
And
no.
so he goes, 1, 2, 3. And the room half-heartedly goes, Nick rocks.
Oh god.
You're rubbing your forehead right now. And I thought, this might be the most cringe-worthy thing I've seen.
That's the era
And
of
the
Kings
fact-
basketball I
and
had
the
to live
fact
through.
that it attached itself to me.
That's the era of Kings basketball that I grew up with.
1, 2,
guys.
3. Nick rocks. Sauce Castillo. That's right, Jess.
Oh my god.
Sauce Castillo himself.
You know what's funny is that whole 2014 draft class was not great in the NBA, talking about draft classes. But we could have had Zach LaVine in his prime. Just saying. We could have had Zach LaVine when he was good.
Well, he screamed the F word when he got drafted by the Timberwolves.
That's right.
On,
he
on the
did.
draft.
Shit.
Did you find it?
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Nick rocks. I think.
Oh man.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Nick rocks.
So,
That's got to be in the loop from now on, Nate.
I don't know how I missed this one.
dude, it is you got to watch the whole thing. It's there's a
I saw clips of. I see Mullen right here because when I was going through him, he was doing that
Yes.
around the room, like Stauskas.
Stauskas. Are you from Stauskas?
They didn't learn their lesson with Jimmer. It's kind of
Jimmer?
yeah. It's
But here's the funny part about it. I have a custom jersey, and the jersey is a Kings jersey. It's 1, 2, 3, and the nameplate says Nick Rocks. I have that jersey.
nice. How is that custom?
Yes.
That's rad,
1,
man.
2, 3, Nick
mean,
Rocks.
just for a 4-year span, the Kings draft picks from 2011 to 2014: Bismack Biyombo,
Yeah, we don't.
Which
need-
got traded.
Tom,
He got traded
Yeah.
for Jimmer.
Yeah.
Thomas Robinson.
T-Rob.
T-Rob was
I think he did half a
2012.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben-
Then he got traded to the
Yeah.
Rockets.
Yeah.
Ben McLemore, and then
Yeah.
Nick Stauskas.
Yeah,
1, 2, 3.
Nick Rock. You got to get that signed, man. I'm sure it won't be that hard.
What
Brutal,
to get
man.
Nick to sign
Yeah.
or Vivek?
Both.
Oh,
Well, I
if
was thinking Stauskas.
So Nick, I'm gonna have to go to China.
Yeah.
Probably plays for the
That's right.
Zhangwing Tigers.
Is he still balling in China?
He may be. Sas Castillo in China.
I
and
know.
we're not mixing him up with Fredette, correct?
I know.
No, Fredette got traded.
Yeah. He went to
by-
Phoenix after he was in China with the Sharks.
The Zayway Tigers or Sharks.
It was
Shanghai
the Shanghai Sharks. Yeah.
He's still with Shanghai, actually.
And then he played for the Big Three. Shout out Jimmer. He's made one hell of a career for himself.
He's a Chinese legend in
I'm
basketball.
telling you. He is.
He is.
And so, side note, I was asked who we'd have next at the show. True story.
Oh, no.
I've been offered Isaiah Thomas to come and sign autographs.
Which
at our
one?
show. Tiny Isaiah. IT.
Okay, yeah.
Our local
The pizza guy.
Yeah.
pizza guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that's for me.
Not everyone knows that joke.
We don't have to go down this road, says Jess, because Mary in the chat on YouTube
Yeah.
says, how about Luca instead
Yeah,
of Bagley?
I mean, you played this game too. You're missing out on Dame Lillard, missing out on Klay Thompson.
I don't mind if we didn't hit the unearthed gem. It so happens. Luca was the best player going into that draft.
It was so clear.
So clear.
It was so clear.
Well,
And-
at the time, everyone thought it was going to be Ayton. He was going to be the best player.
no,
yes, they did.
Not the best.
Well, then why was he going one? Why was he locked in
Because
for
he was
one
the most
forever?
for sure thing because he was an American
Because
prospect.
they already
That's
had
the best.
They
then.
already had Booker.
That too.
They already had Booker.
I mean, I get the Kings made the same excuse.
I still couldn't believe it. They had
Who do we have?
Igor Kokoskov.
They were like, they got Fox. They're not going to take Luca.
Luca's position as shooting guard or small forward.
I know, but it was all about having the ball in Luca's hands,
Yeah.
right? When you drafted him. Anyways, sorry,
I
not to
was-
interrupt you.
no, it's just. At least we've drafted decently recently.
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out Monty.
Yeah.
People are mad at him
And-
for not making trades, but why make unnecessary trades?
In Monty we trust.
Hey, you know what? And although Mike Brown always gets crapped on, the Keon Ellis move, I hate it because I love Herter, but it's the right play
It's
at
the
the
right-
moment.
Oh yeah.
Keon Ellis is playing ball. He's balling out.
Dog.
Playing.
He's a real dog, Nate.
Get all the pizza guys. Adam's asking, are we going to have IT? I don't know. We have to talk about the financials to see if it makes sense. It's been a long time coming, and it's hard to pay a G League player at this point.
And IT's playing right now. He's in the G League right now.
Yeah.
So I'd be
The Grand Rapids something or other.
I think so.
I just made
he
that
had
up.
like 30 points the other night, I think, in the G League.
Oh, Jimmer had 40 points in the G League.
Jimmer had 70 in
saying.
China, didn't he?
He did.
That's
He did.
partly how he got to Phoenix.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That is,
Yeah.
that's like, I'm pretty sure that's
Here at the True
Fact.
Sports Card Show, we're talking about G League chat. Hey,
Yeah.
chat. You can call in and talk about G League at 916-339-1140.
please.
Please. The text line is open at 916-339-1140. How do you feel about them Stockton Kings?
Yeah. How do you feel about Jalen Slauson?
The Colby Jones action.
Back
to the NFL draft.
All right. Here's the other thing that we should probably cover. Grading.
Yeah.
Many people have been coming into the shop asking about grading. They've come into my shop, which happens to be at 6661 Stanford Branch Road there in Rockland, California. Just follow your nose. We're right next door to the Mongolian barbecue.
Well, there's two shops now. You got to shout
Yeah, I
out.
got the shop in the mall at the Roseville Galleria as well. Feel free to stop by either one of those. Our team's ready to help you regarding grading and anything else. Emil, we did a little research before we jumped on the show, and I have a theory, and we did not debunk it. We actually confirmed some of the thoughts of this theory.
Yes.
My theory is that not local. I just read the word Rockland on the YouTube. I just need to stop looking at that one. I'm just going to turn this away from my face.
Our guy Rockin's in the chat. That's why.
Rockin'?
Shout out Rockin. Return of the Empire fan.
So, yeah, thanks for tuning in. Hey, we're now at 12 listeners.
I know, right? More than the usual 8.
Shout out 12 listeners. Can we make it 13? Can we get a +1 for your listening pleasures next week, please? Everybody, just tell one person.
Dogs. In
Where
the
are my
chat.
dogs at?
Dogs in the chat. Gorillas in the chat. Dogs in the chat.
This show's gone off the rails. Scott Marsh is going to he's going to have 9 calls.
You paid for this. You
I
do
know.
what you
I
want.
can't. Hey, can you do like a sad cat sound? Is there such a? Oh, you know what it is? Here's what I want, Nate. If you can find this.
All right.
The screaming billy goats.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I know that. Yeah,
I
you're
know
really
what you're
good at.
talking about.
Yeah, if you could do one of those. So I'm gonna say some prices here.
Okay, well,
and then
give me a second.
Yeah, no problem. So here's the theory. The theory is that cards that are just tell me when you're ready, Nate. So I'll just song and dance until we get there. So a PSA 10 in modern cards have a certain price. PSA 9 have a drastically less price than that. And raw, meaning cards that have not been graded, are actually selling for about, if not higher, than PSA 9s, believe it or not. So let's just make the assumption that a card graded by PSA goes to PSA to get graded and comes back. You've got to pay for the shipping there. You got to pay for the shipping back. You've got to pay for the actual grading itself. Let's make the assumption it's about $30 to get it graded.
Sure.
So we'll use the card 2022 Prism Brock Purdy rookie card in a PSA 10 recently closed over the last week at around $130, which is good. A PSA 9 of that same card, this is card number 353, closes between $40 and $45. Now the raw card, this is a shocking part that Nate's going to want to have his finger on the button here. The raw card, remember PSA 9 goes for about $40.
Yeah.
A raw card, ungraded, sold for $42.
It sounds like a human, but it's a goat.
It's a goat. It's definitely a goat.
That's right. A PSA 9 went for $45 and a PSA a non-graded went for $42. That's what I've said.
Wow.
You said that?
I said that. I went like this.
It's no.
Nate a little slow on the trigger on the replay on the what happened to our show, man?
I don't know what's going on right now.
Man, this is your show.
Dude, what is I know that the people on YouTube are listening right now and they're listening and they're going what? Sorry.
Our chemistry's not there yet. Our chemistry's not there yet.
They're going 1, 2, 3 Nick Rocks.
That's how I'm feeling right now.
1, 2, 3 Nick Rocks.
I've been up since 3:30 or 4, whatever. I start to hallucinate at this hour.
The chat's going a little crazy. Are we terrible on the radio? These guys are professional paid hosts.
Oh,
I'm over here. Well, okay. Well, there's.
I'm not.
I'm pretending.
What's funny is that this is kind of how most Return of the Empire live shows go. It just goes off the rails. At some point.
This is. This is the most ridiculous show ever.
Jess and Rockin' are on it. It's just all over the place.
That's actually a clip of Kyle screaming.
Draper? When someone dunks?
Yeah.
Oh, Money Malik!
Yeah.
Money Malik! And then he goes,
the step back is wet! And then he goes like this.
Money Malik!
Love you, Drapes.
Rockin' New Era says that's me looking at my bank account after paying bills.
I gotta turn this into a real drop instead of playing it off YouTube.
Oh man, my wife is sitting at home listening to this with our baby and going, I'm telling you, I'm gonna get scolded when I get back home. She's gonna be like, really? This is what you do in the morning? You don't spend time with the family? You just do goat screaming on the radio? 1, 2, 3, goat scream! Let's get back to what we're talking about.
I don't even know what you guys were talking
PSA 10 debunking.
The debunking. So now we're finding out that ungraded cards are actually selling for more than PSA 9s.
Yeah.
What the truth of the matter is, people are praying for the hope, and they're willing to pay more for it than the realization of a 9.
Yeah.
Newer cards, probably in the last 2, 3, 4 years, if it ain't a PSA 10, GTFO. That's what they're saying.
Yeah. Which is interesting because you would think that raw, at least what I've been told in previous times, is that raw and PSA 8 near mint are kind of similar on that grade scale, where the 9 was still viewed as higher. Now we're seeing 9 and raw are pretty similar now. It's 10 or nothing is how it feels right now.
It's true. 2021 Prism Trevor Lawrence rookie card. I believe it's number 339.
Yes.
I think it
331.
is. 331. PSA 10 goes for $140 to $160 in the last week. PSA 9, $18. Raw, $6 to $8. Is there a cricket sound anywhere?
The silence is just crazy.
At this point, there's just no need to buy anything to grade on the Trevor Lawrence. Just go ahead and buy the PSA 10.
Yeah.
Save your money, buy the PSA 10. It's not worth even grading.
Get the card you know you can trade later.
If you miss, you lose financially. Unless you don't care and you just want to grab a 9.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different factors there. What's your thoughts, chat? YouTube chat. What are your thoughts if you even care? We've got people listening from where is it? Vegas. We got people listening from Arizona. We've got my wife listening in Roseville.
All around Sacramento.
That's 1/4 of our audience.
The 916?
Yeah, 916, 1/4 of our audience. I just
or
named.
the 530, whichever you prefer.
So, is there a card that you thought that you should have gotten graded? You got it graded. It came back and missed the PSA 10, and it ended up being less than you thought. Please let us know. I haven't bought cards since I was like 8 years old. Says Rockin' New Era, 84.
You should consider buying some more.
Out here in the 925. 925, so that's like Pleasanton, Bay Area, I think.
I think so.
I've got people texting me.
My Bay Area numbers are off right now for sure.
Definitely keep the screaming goat, says Joe Cunningham.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
It's an official drop now.
Yeah.
Your first one of this show. Congrats.
Congratulations, Emron. You're part of
4 months in, and now I have my own
us.
One of us. You guys are like chanting like it's a cult or something.
It is.
1, 2, 3. Nick rocks.
That's gonna be the next one.
Both have to be drops now for this show.
Hey, we put the cult in culture. All right, so let's talk a little bit about another thing that happened. You don't know this story, Emil, or maybe you do.
Uh-oh.
It's a sad story, but kind of like this is what the sports card world is like. Nate can listen into this too. There's a hot prospect by the name of Wyatt Langford. He plays for the Texas Rangers organization. This guy is crushing it in minor league ball. Absolutely smoking. He's awesome. And young guy, all the signs of the next Bryce Harper, like that good.
Wow.
And he's rocking. He's killing it. He's out of the 2023 Bowman product, 2023 Bowman draft. I apologize. The same product that everybody's chasing the Tom Brady in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, same product. So he's the chase. There was a father-son that bought a box and opened it, pulled the redemption card of the Wyatt Langford Superfractor. That means 1 of 1 in the world autograph.
Mm-hmm.
So they talked to a guy, and a guy says, I'm in, I'm buying it.
Okay.
And so they were negotiating. The guy offers $15,000. They came back at $25,000. He went up to $20,000. They said, we're going to stick at 25. The guy says, fine. And he's not the guy that's telling the story that made the offer to buy it. Isn't some rich dude. He's a guy that has a regular job. He's scraping his money together. He is a Wyatt Langford guy. He's investing in this. So he's a card collector. He sells a lot of his cards at a show in order for him to be able to afford this. So he scrapes up his money. They have sent it in to be redeemed. They're waiting for it to come back to make the sale to the guy.
Oh, boy.
Okay. So it goes into the redemption world for Topps to redeem it. Takes probably about 60 days or so. The entire time, the father-son are texting this guy and saying, just confirming you're going to buy it for 25. The guy says, yes, I've collected all the funds. I'm ready to buy it. When it comes in, let me know and let's make the exchange. I'll buy it from you. Are you sure? Are you sure? Lots of back and forth. Yes. Confirming.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the guy gets the father-son gets that card back. They finally get it back. And they notify the guy within a couple of days, hey, man, we changed our mind. We sold it to somebody else for $50,000. We appreciate it, but we just couldn't turn down that offer.
Oh.
Okay. That's exactly what the guy thought.
Yeah.
So he was very upset. He had sold a lot of his collection in order for him to be able to pay for that card.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're in a situation where he's liquidated his collection in order to buy that card. And the person says, tough. We sold it for double to somebody else. Didn't even give the guy the opportunity to match it or be close. Emil, does he have a gripe?
Like, is this
is a legitimate gripe of him being upset about this?
Yes.
No contract, no nothing.
He should have been at least
virtual
offered
handshake.
the option to match.
Not terrible.
It is. It's terrible, but it's also business. And sometimes you can't pass on an offer like that. So I understand both perspectives. I just would have appreciated as a collector myself, if I was in that situation, the opportunity to match.
But think about that. Was the father-son still shopping the card after they came to an agreement? How would somebody know that the card was available to make a $50,000 offer?
They definitely were shopping it.
And why would they double that offer? Why wouldn't they offer 30 or 35 or 40?
So maybe someone just wanted to, they didn't know that someone would offer 25.
It's like a guy at an auction going, the bid's at 1,000. They go, $5,000 over here in the back. Like they overpaid by double just to have it.
You're the businessman, though, right? Do you blame the sellers? You can't blame the sellers, right?
I think if you strike a deal with somebody, 50,000 is life-changing money. I don't know the story about the father and son.
It's literally double. Yeah.
So give the guy that you had to deal with an opportunity to say, hey, man, I got an offer for double.
Yeah.
Can you get close? If you can get close, it's yours. And if I was the guy that was getting that information, I'd be like, show me this offer that somebody's offering you. Show me the conversation or whatever.
Yeah.
Because then it's just a lot of like, well, I've been in real estate a long time, as you guys know. Oh, I got an offer coming. You better come strong.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't. No, you don't. You don't have an offer coming.
Drive the market.
You're just trying to drive the market. Prove to me that that's what you're dealing with. So I just feel like in this industry, particularly in the sports card world, this happens a lot more than you think.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just silly. I just think that he should have gotten the opportunity to pick it up.
Over cardboard.
We got 5 minutes left. I got one more question for you. We got people at the sports card show there at the San Francisco card show. My team is texting me right now. We've got Pete and Ethan out there. Here's a question for all of you. There are what's called coin flips, and people do this all the time. I know Emil's been somebody that does this too. So somebody says, hey, I want to pay this much for a card. And the seller says, well, I don't want to sell it for less than this. Maybe it's $100 difference. Maybe it's $50 difference. Maybe it's $20 difference. Maybe it's $5,000 difference. Yeah. And they leave it to the luck of a coin. So Emil, give us the background on a coin flip. And I want to know what the audience thinks of this.
Yeah, so a coin flip is an agreement that, again, like Amber has said, that the buyer wants to pay a certain amount. Sellers want to meet him at that price. So they kind of come to a compromise in the middle of, hey, we'll leave it up to chance. Coin flip. I'll flip a coin. You get your price. I get my price. Whoever wins, that's what's the deal is going to go down as.
So if I had the card and Emil says I want to pay $500 for this card, and I go, no, I want you to pay $700.
Yeah.
Emil goes, tell you what, we'll flip for it. If it's heads, or you would call it, you'd flip a coin.
Yep.
If it's heads, it's 500. If it's tails, it's 700.
Mm-hmm.
And Emil would pay that for the card that I want. So I have a chance of losing $200 on this on a coin flip. Yeah. When you talk about being a good business person, that's stupidity in my opinion.
It is.
But a lot of people do it. And there's a mention here in the YouTube chat about Farsighted Sports says the gambling aspect is so ingrained into the hobby now. People gamble on wax and on single raw now. This is the ultimate gamble, 50-50, that you're going to have a lot less money in your pocket, or you're spending a lot less than you would have.
Yeah. And
it's on let the coin do its job.
I just did a coin flip actually recently. So
was it in your favor?
It was in my favor.
Explain.
It was at your shop actually.
Oh, you did it at my shop, not with me?
No.
Okay.
It was Dave. It was for $5. It was for a Sabonis auto.
Okay.
I won. It was like between 50 and 60. I think I felt at 50.
It's not a good day for Dave today on the
it's not.
Sports Card
Show not a good day for Dave.
Sactown Sports 1140. Dave's been roasted.
Yeah.
He stood up during a Herbert Jones dunk on national TV, sitting courtside on my seats.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Rooting for the other team. Dave then lost a coin flip.
Yeah, coin flip. Yeah.
Coin flip.
It's $5, but still.
Hey, $5. If you left it on, would you walk over $5?
No,
I wouldn't.
I pick a $5.
Look, my dad taught me how to be cheap. I'm very frugal.
Mine did too.
My dad, when I asked him for $5, you know what my dad said? I go, hey, Dad, can I have $5? He goes, $4. What do you need $3 for? That's how cheap my dad was.
My dad, whenever I got any money, would say, "You put it away for a rainy day." I never got that money.
Mary Baker says, let's get a monk chat. I agree with that. Let me tell you what I did this past week. I bought on eBay a couple days ago. I bought the PSA 10 2017 Prism Red Shimmer Malik Monk rookie card, PSA 10 out of 8. I will show you this beautiful card here. And as soon as what was happening was, and Nate, get the soundbite ready because we're about to go here. It was bidding. It was at like $160, and it kept going up and up. And I was like, you know what? I want this card really badly. So I bid $250, and that's not yet.
That was good though.
That was good though. So preview of what's to come. The thing goes up to $190, and it sits at $190 for about 6 hours.
Okay.
It starts coming down to 5 minutes left, and I'm like, I do not want to lose this card. It's a 1 of 1, as in population 1 in the world.
Yes.
PSA 10 Red Shimmer Malik Monk rookie card. It's a beautiful card. It's numbered to 8. It's number 1 of 8. Okay. And so I'm sitting there and I'm looking at this thing and I'm getting nervous. So I high bid it up to 350. Then I'm like, 300. By the way, when I say high bid, what it means is that it's a proxy bid, meaning that if anybody bids higher than what the actual bid is at the moment, it'll continue to let me be the high bidder until it exceeds my highest bid.
Correct. Yeah.
So even though I bid 350, it was still at 190.
Mm-hmm.
And so 350, and I go, somebody's going to bid 350, and I'm going to bid 353 and 6 cents. Oh, you know what? Maybe they'll go to 3. So I'm like nervously bidding for no reason. Yeah. Right? Okay. So we get down. It's got a minute left.
Oh no.
And all of a sudden it goes from 190.
Yep.
Go ahead, Nate. To 210, to 225, to 230, to 250. And I'm like, no! And then it closes. 254, and I get the card.
I've done this
and
before.
I'm so excited. And then I said, as soon as I won, 1, 2, 3, I win.
Malik rocks.
Malik rocks.
Malik rocks.
And there we have it. So I'm the proud owner of a PSA 10 2017 first off the line Red Shimmer Malik Monk rookie card, and I should be getting that in the next couple of days. Emil, as we close out today, we've got a minute or two left. What do we want to say? Anything left?
Nick rocks.
Nate, you've been great behind the board. Your index finger has been put to good use.
Thanks, man. I'm just trying to stay awake.
There, and the only way to stay awake is a goat screaming.
Oh yeah, well, we gotta get you the soundboard so you could just drop that. I'm not a,
Can you imagine? I'm just sitting back there, just over and over again.
Yeah, just smashing the button.
YouTube chat, you've been a big
awesome.
big influence today. I appreciate all of you. Mary, Rockin' New Year, Lamb. We got Jess as always, and then my wife Jessica, and my baby's name. Mary, you don't know this, but my baby's name is Beckett, and it's exactly why you think it is. It's because of the price guide, among other things, but because I love this industry. I love sports cards, and we love talking about it here on the
You should have named
him
show. PSA
or a CGC.
Yeah. That made a lot of
what
sense.
is the 8th best grading company? That's what I want to name it.
HGA.
HGA. My kid HGA. Meet my kid HGA. Well, there is a SGA. So, hey, everyone. It's great to talk to all of you. I will see you next Saturday. Emil will see you next Saturday. And Nate will see you next Saturday. Have a great week. And see it. This is the music I like.
Okay. Well,
Shout out
Scott
Don Barrero.
Marsh.
Yep.
Hold on.
Scott Marsh. Yeah. And there's 0 flutes in this.
I'll fix it. I'll fix it.
We'll see y'all next week. Have
Bye,
a
guys.
great week.
Domantas Sabonis plays here.
He finds Sabonis, put the frosting on the cake, put the cherry on the sundae. Sabonis with a two-hand flush makes it 114-106.
Sactown Sports